everyone, this is a video presentation of Group 4. I'm Clarice Jane Romarate and my group members and their assigned topics. I'm discussing about the Drug and Substance Abuse Prevention and Control and Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002. Judy Ann A. Rosal, she will discussing about the nature of drug and drug abuse. Darwin Labarca, he will discussing the national drug situation. John Michael R. Lajos, he will discussing about myth versus fact, drug abuse, illicit trafficking. And Cheska Martinez Romero, she will discussing the youth and government's response to the drug problem. We will discussing about drug and substance abuse prevention and control. What is the meaning of prevention of drug abuse? Substance abuse prevention, also known as drug abuse prevention, is a process that attempts to prevent the onset of substance use or limit the development of problems associated with using psychoactive substances. Prevention efforts may focus on their individual or their surroundings. How can we prevent and control drug abuse? First, study habits and academic support. Second, communication. Third, peer relationship. Fourth, self-efficacy and assertiveness. Fifth, drug resistance skills. Sixth, reinforcement and anti-drug attitudes. And strengthening of personal commitments against drug abuse. Why drug prevention important? Importance of drug and alcohol prevention. The harms associated with drugs and alcohol, including accidents, injury, and violence, are particularly high for young people. Drugs and alcohol can interfere with the developing adolescent's brain. What is the main cause of drug abuse? Peer pressure is a strong factor in starting to use and misuse drugs, particularly for young people. Lack of family involvement, difficult family situation, or lack of a bond with your parents or siblings may increase the risk of addiction, as can a lack of parental supervision.
Hi everyone, my name is Rosal Judian from Group 4 and I'm here to discuss the nature of drug and drug abuse. So what is drug? A drug is a chemical substance that brings about physical, emotional or behavioral change in a person taking it. And how are drugs taken? We have ingestion, inhalation, injection, used as suppository and applied topically. When are drugs harmful? Drugs are harmful when taken in excess. Some drugs can be harmful if taken in dangerous combination or taken by a hypersensitive person in ordinary or small amounts. Why do people turn to drugs? We have here the medicine. Medicine can solve problems. Widespread access to various drugs. We have peer pressure, notion. Drugs can give enjoyment to users that to the point that it is used as an alcoholic substitute. What is drug abuse? The use of chemical substance, forbidden or not forbidden, which result in an individual's physical, mental, or social impairment, refers to the following. We have using without benefit or prescription, useful drugs which have the capacity to alter moods. Next, we have using drugs and substances for a purpose different from the one which drug has been prescribed. And the last one, we have using drugs and substances having no legitimate medical application for purpose other than research. Products other than drugs ever abused. Substances like glue, paint thinner, gasoline, and other breathable solvents contains a variety of dangerous chemicals. Note, they should be sold and used with caution. Types of drugs. Drugs that are commonly used depending on pharmacological effect may be classified into stimulants, increase alertness and physical disposition. Example is cocaine, caffeine, and nicotine. Next, we have hallucinogens. affect sensation, thinking, self-awareness, and emotion changes in the time and space perception, delusion, and hallucination. Example are LSD, mescaline, and marijuana. Next is we have sedatives, reduce anxiety and excitement. Example are barbiturates, tranquilizer, and alcohol. And the last one we have narcotics, relieve pain and induce sleep. Example is morphine and heroin. Drug abuser. It is difficult to come up with an accurate profile of a drug abuser that can be applied to all because people are different in many ways. How can you tell one is abusing drugs? We have changes, behavioral, appearance, and mood. Sudden changes in the person's disposition from pleasant to unpleasant. Thus, he associated with known drugs abusers, irritable, discourteous, and aggressive, untrustworthy and lacks of self-confidence, unhealthy, unconcerned with good grooming, low frustration tolerance, and last we have developed changes in normal capabilities in school or work. We have here the common signs of drug abuse. One, we have injection marks of an addict. And two, we have unusual effort made to cover arms in order to hide needle marks. We have number three, stealing items which can be readily sold for cash to support a drug habit. We have number four, change in moods depending on the drug taken. Example are depressed, becoming elated, or euphoric. We have the last one, wearing sunglasses constantly at inappropriate times or to hide constricted pupils. Also to compensate for the eye's inability to adjust to sunlight. In addition, marijuana causes bloodshot eyes. And that's all. Thank you for listening and say no to drugs.
The national drug and situation. What is the situation of drug abuse in the Philippines? In December 2018, the country of Communication and Human Rights issued a statement that they told could be as high as 27,000 police told local media in March 2019 that since drug war was launched, there were approximately 89,000 killings, of which 3,062 or about 9.47% were illegal drug related. The drug situation in the country may have the similarities with other countries, however there are also distinct problems in the country which may need distinct solution. It is therefore vital to carefully look dominant drug in the Philippines market. Drug user profile indicates that major of drug dependent in the country are full drug user or user with several types of illegal drugs. More often than not, the abuse is done mainly for the pleasure. There are also cases where illegal drugs are used by individuals to cope with the demands of their work, like those working of graveyard shift, working for long hours, and the like. Availability of illegal drugs encourages them to take illicit drugs. Amphetamine hydrochloride or shabu remains to be the most abused drug in the country, followed by marijuana or cannabis sativa and methamphetamine or ecstasy. Ecstasy, well known for being a party drug, which is commonly used in parties and nightlife, is considered as the most expensive drug in the market. Solvents and other inhalants are also a preference and are usually abused by street children. It's a drug problem in the Philippines. According to a 2010 U.S. International Narcotics Control Strategy report, the Philippines Drug Enforcement Agency's Director General estimated that the value of illegal drug trade in the Philippines to be worth $6.4 to $8.4 billion annually.
Myths versus fact drug abuse in illicit trafficking. What is myths? The myths are widely held but the false belief or idea. Myths original from generation thoughts as beliefs. Myths are neither able to prove or disprove. What is facts? Fact is a thing that is known or proved to be true fact or giving us evidence and details, while myths are often stories. Drug addiction, also called substance use disorder, is a disease that affects a person's brain and behavior, leads to an ability to control the use of illegal or illegal drugs and medication. Moreover, what is not understood is that drugs use disorder are the result of the complex interplay factors that very much out of the control of the individual, including factors in genetics, mental health, and environmental. Drugs use disorder should not therefore be considered self-acquired and don't deserve to be punished. Despite the seemingly tame and glamorized idea of drug use, it must be remembered that it can still lead to abuse, addiction, legal offenses, serious health problems, and even death. Example of myths versus facts. Myths: recreational use of drugs is not harmful. The fact is all illegal drugs are dangerous and cause physical and psychological change in the user. Prolonged drug use exacerbates this current harmful effect that can lead to addiction.
We will talking about Republic Act Number 9165, the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. The Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, officially designated as Republic Act Number 9165, is a consolidation of Senate Bill Number 1858 and House Bill Number 4433. It was enacted and passed by the Senate of the Philippines and House of Representatives of the Philippines on May 30, 2002 and May 29, 2002. Respectively, it was signed into law by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo on June 7, 2002. This act, consisting of 101 sections, provides the importation of dangerous drugs and/or controlled precursors and essential chemicals, establish offenses and penalty according to the different dangerous drug regardless for the quantity and purity involved. Every pharmacist dealing in dangerous drugs and/or controlled precursors and essential chemicals shall maintain and keep an original record of sales, purchase, acquisition, and deliveries of dangerous drugs, indicating specific information. What law is also known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002? It repealed Republic Act No. 6425, otherwise known as the Dangerous Drugs Act of 1972, as amended and providing funds for its implementation. Under this act, the Dangerous Drugs Board (DDB) remains as the policy-making and strategy formulating body and planning and information of policies and programs on drug prevention and control. What are the illegal drugs under Republic Act 9165? 10 grams or more of opium, 10 grams or more of morphine, 10 grams or more of heroin, 10 grams or more of cocaine or cocaine hydrochloride, 50 grams or more of methamphetamine or hydrochloride or shabu, 10 grams or more of marijuana resin or marijuana resin oil, 500 grams or more of marijuana. What is the importance of Comprehensive Drugs Act? The Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Law itself provides that the apprehending officer or team having initial custody and control of drugs shall, immediately after seizure and confiscation, physical inventory and photograph the same in the presence of the accused of person from whom such items.
Hi guys, my name is Chisca Romero and my topic is the youth and government's response to the drug problem. For many youth, participation in a drug prevention program allows them to share their own experience with drug abuse. Survey by University of the Philippines show that the initial age of nicotine, alcohol, and drugs to be aged 16 to 17, that 40% of males surveyed were smoking and 37% of the youth regularly use alcohol. Drug abuse means unnecessary use of too many drugs, the unwarranted use or non-use of any drug, the inappropriate use of drugs and coercive use of drugs. Drug addiction means continued use of a substance for a purpose other than would amount to addiction. Drug dependence means a permanent psychological change causing an individual to persistently crave the consumption of particular substance.